Well, welcome back. Here we are, ready to finish up our story. We're going to part 4 of Home of the Brave. Starts with a quote, an African proverb. When spider webs unite, they can tie up a lion. So let's see what's happening now. After Gall tried to run away and was rescued, hiding up in an acacia tree on Lou's farm. When Saturday comes, Lou is waiting for Ganwar and Hannah and me in the barn. She sips her coffee mug. I just wish my trailer hitch hadn't rusted out, she says. We'll be fine, I tell her. Hannah is wearing her school backpack. I brought a map in case we get lost, she says, and some candy bars and water. It's a long way, Lou says in a worried voice. There's a lot of traffic. She shakes her head. I probably shouldn't be letting you do this. You probably don't have a choice, Ganwar says with a laugh. Maybe I should call ahead and explain things, Lou says. Sometimes it's better just to walk up to the door and ask, I say. Lou grins. All right then, let's get this show on the road. She gives Gall a kiss. See ya, girl. It's been a good ride. I take Gall's halter and off we go. The sun is a steady hand on our shoulders. We walk along the side of the busy road for many steps. Gall and me, then Hannah behind us, then Ganwar. When cars race by, they suck the air away. A huge truck grumbles past. Gall doesn't like the whoosh and roar, and she stops hard, and she refuses to go on. I pull. She pulls back. She hates being so close to the traffic, I say. I pat Gall and talk to her, and after a while, she agrees to move on. Good girl, I say, relieved. But up ahead, I see trouble waiting. We reach a crossing of 2 huge roads. Many lights hang from wires. Cars come and go like frantic ants. Don't worry, Ganwar says. I'll tell you when it's safe. He turns to Hannah. You sure this is the right way? Pretty sure, she answers. Ganwar watches the lights and then steps into the road. A blue car zooms toward him, horns blaring. He leaps back. We wait a while longer. Then Ganwar drives back into the traffic. Come on, he waves his hand, and hurry. We cross 3 lanes of cars and come to a thin strip of land covered with grass and tiny purple flowers. We've still got 3 more lanes, Ganwar says. But Gall has decided the purple flowers are a tasty treat. She happily gazes and grazes on them. While I yank on her harness, Hannah pushes Gall's rump. Come on, girl, Ganwar cries. The light turns yellow. Hurry, Hannah yells. Gall glances up to see what all the noise is about. She chomps down one last bite. And then she ambles out onto the road. The light turns red. We are in the middle of a sea of cars, honking and shouting, and our ears are hurting, and Gall looks at me as if to say, why is everybody in such a hurry? I pull Hannah and Ganwar pushes and nobody moves. Gall has come to a stop. And so has all the traffic. We are surrounded by cars, but no one is moving. It looks like the parking lot at the mall, so everybody is grouchy. If you don't get that cow off the road, she's going to be lunch meat, kid, a man screams. Look, Mommy, a little girl points out her window. Is this a parade? Heading slowly toward us, I see bright lights of red, blue, and white. Great, Ganwar mutters. Cops. The car with lights gets stuck in traffic, too. A woman and a man in blue soldier clothes make their way through the knot of cars. They have guns on their hips. What's going on here, kids? The policewoman asks. My cow won't move, I explained. It's hard to take my eyes off her gun. For some reason, your cow is in the middle of 6 lanes of traffic on a busy Saturday, the policeman says. We're going to go to the zoo, Hannah says. Ganwar covers his eyes and groans. The police people can't decide whether to smile or frown. Their mouths are all mixed up. You taking her to see the animals or be one of the animals? The woman asks. Hannah clears her throat. She's going to be a new exhibit. Who's going to pay to see this bag of bones? The man asks. She's going to be in the petting zoo, I explain. She likes to have her ears scratched. Go on, try it. Not me. The policeman holds up his hands. I want to get close to one of those, ever. I'll get a value meal with fries. The policeman holds out her hand and reaches for Goal's ears. Goal leans into her. She likes me, the woman says. Horns blare. Nora, we gotta focus here, the policeman says. She might move now, I say. We'll push, and maybe you can pull. This is definitely not part of my job description, the man mutters. We get into position. 1, 2, 3, Ganwar cries, move! Goal looks behind her. She's pouting a little. She can see she is surrounded, and slowly she inches forward. Bit by bit, we cross the rest of the road. Cars begin to move again, and some people who drive by use words I haven't learned in ESL class yet. It's very dangerous for you kids to be doing this, the woman says, when we reach the other side. Why isn't she in a trailer or something? Who owns this cow anyway? Lou gave me custard, I say proudly. The police stare. Custody, I correct myself. I pull out a piece of paper Lou gave me. The man examines the paper and he sighs. Well, it's just a few more miles up the road. I suppose we could give you an escort. I don't know what this is, but I can tell that Hannah is excited. You could keep your lights on, she asks. Lights, but no siren, the woman agrees. We begin our slow, strange herding down the edge of the highway, followed by the police car. The red, white, and blue lights remind me of the American flag. I feel like the president. If only Luelle could be here, I say to Ganwar, and we laugh a good, long laugh. The zoo workers are a little surprised to see 1 cow, 3 kids, and a police car show up at their ticket booth. They call their bosses and say, come quick. The zoo bosses are even more surprised when I tell them Lou and I are donating Gall to the petting zoo. Just try scratching her ear, I say. She loves it, adds the policewoman. The main zoo boss is tall and thin and has a shiny head like an apple at a grocery store. He reaches out for Goal's right ear. Goal makes her happy cow face. Her eyes are far away and full of peaceful thoughts. You are a charmer, aren't you, old girl, said the man. The petting zoo needs a cow, Hannah points out. And she is free, Ganwar adds. The owner is donating her even though she could sell her and make a fine profit. Everyone looks at Ganwar. He shrugs. Figured it was worth a try, he says. This is a very kind offer, says the other zoo boss man. But this isn't how we do things usually, kids. There are meetings and requisition forums and veterinary exams. Goal rests her head on the shoulder of the apple-headed zoo boss. I can see that she is very tired from her adventure today. She's awfully affectionate, Harold, the man says, and they make a point. We are in need of a cow. I was hoping for one a little less geriatric, Harold replies. Gold blinks her long-lashed eyes, and Harold smiles. Oh, what the heck, he says. And once again I see that heck is a very good word. Why don't we send her over to the clinic and have her checked out? If she's clean and in decent health, well, she does kind of grow on you. Ganwar leans close to me. You amaze me, cousin. Hannah kisses Goal, and Ganwar pats her flank, and I stroke her neck and whisper in her ear. And then off she goes. to her new land to begin again. The police drive us home in their car. They kept the lights on and even played the siren once. What did you whisper to Gaul? Hannah asks me when we return to Luz. I grin. I told her if she can move, she can sing. Now this is the epilogue. 15 months later. The African proverb, a sandstorm passes, the stars remain. The airplanes float in one by one, but each one is the wrong one, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait some more. Ganwar and his new girlfriend and Dave and my aunt sit on plastic chairs and talk. Hannah stands beside me as we stare out the wall of glass. We know enough to be quiet. In the pocket of Hannah's jeans, I see a white envelope covered in curly blue letters. I smile. Hannah carries it with her everywhere. I know how that is. It's fall, and the trees are wearing red and orange coats to fight the icy nights. I think about the trees and the flowers and the brown grass in the fields. They can all be patient, certain that spring will return. They don't have to hope. They can be sure. Hope is a thing made only for people to scrape and hold on to in the darkness of the night. But hope is hard work. When I was a child, I hoped to fly. That was a silly, easy wish. Now, my wishes are bigger and hopes of a man, and they take much tending, like seedlings in rough sun. Now I hope to make my new life work, to root it to the ground in the hard land forever. At last the time comes and the doors open and people pour out, but no one is the right one. The sun streams through the glass window, red and gold with the day's light eyes. So bright I have to shade my eyes. One more person comes out, slow and searching. I see other colors too then, blue and yellow, not the colors of the setting sun, but a flash of something torn from my past. A voice comes, a voice like laughing water on my thirsty heart. My son! And Mama embraces me, like we're saying goodbye instead of hello. And around her neck is a scarf made of the softest fabric of blue and yellow. I can't find words. There are no words, not in my language, not in my new one. We walk together like one person, her arm tight around my shoulders. The air is wild with talking and laughter and questions and so many questions, but I don't speak. We reach the silver escalator with its melting stairs, and Mama freezes. People grumble and I step around her. I take a breath. I take a step. I hold out my hand. She watches me rise and she takes my hand. And at last, the right words come. Mama, I say, welcome. That's the end of the book. It's a short little ending, but it's a beautiful story. And I hope you enjoyed this book. It's been one of the pleasures of my life to be able to read it to you. And I hope that from this we learn how to accept all the new and different things that are happening. It's a great time to think about right now, because right now we are going into our, let's see, from March through April, and now we're heading into May. So every day we get a lot of the same, but every day we can find our little pieces of what can make us happy. It's my pleasure to spend my time with you. So take care, stay safe, and next time on Storytelling, we have a moth story. Goodbye, and hugs to all.